GYMDAD Fitness, and today we have a return to the channel of Speedforce by Masscast and Nitro Nutrition collaboration, and this is Speedforce Gold. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'd like to do these reviews and a little darker setting to add to the ambiance of the pre-workout review, but I'll put some photos on screen, just show it in there real quick just in case you can see some of those gold flakes. First thing I thought when I opened this thing was it reminded me of throwback to Superbad, when they're on the quest for the Goldschlager. I can't remember which guy it is that the chick he's trying to talk to is wanting the Goldschlager, and he's on a mission to get that Goldschlager, and they end up losing the bottle at that one party they go to try to steal the beer. But anyway, so this is Speedforce Gold, and yes, it's got the gold flakes like the Goldschlager. And I'll put some videos up on the screen, and it does mix gold. It's kind of like an orangish, goldish color. It's not like, you know, with sparkles like floating in it, and extremely tasty. I did a weigh-in taste test, stuff like that. The scale's pretty damn accurate. It's within a gram, and this is one of these ones that you can kind of like go ahead and round it, go and snow cone that scoop thing too, type of situation. And it freaking delicious. Like Masscast always knocks it out of the park with the flavor. They keep getting better and better as far as I'm concerned, as far as flavor. So these guys, they're one of these people I call doing the little things right. Yes, the pre needs to hit, but if you have two amino pre's, let me go grab one I haven't reviewed yet. So I do like this pre. I feel bad. I've used this before as an example. You know, very kind of standard, nothing really flashy label. You walk into a supplement shop, you see this versus like seeing this one with golden skeletons running with backpacks and gold flakes floating in the middle, you know, and they both hit the exact same. You're obviously going to pick this one because it hits better, it sits better on the shelf. So yes, flavor is just flavor, but it does matter in an industry of tight competition. So every little edge counts. So you got to get creative, and I love the way that Masscast is always able to try to think outside the box and how to be a little bit different. And also, another thing too, they kill it in the labeling. Funny story about Masscast and Speedforce. So Speedforce actually is such a popular request, I'm completely out of it. When I do the GYMDAD t-shirt sales with free samples, so I actually have my label I got to glue up on the wall behind me. But the original Speedforce got skeleton with backpack, and my son was infatuated by this, and when they had to draw something at school from their imagination, he told the teacher that he wanted to draw skeletons running with backpacks. And so you'd be proud of him, Masscast people, because he's inspired by your label designs. And anyway, let's go ahead. We've talked enough about flavors, gold flakes, designs, stuff like that, but does this pre-hit? And if you saw the last review, you know already that I freaking love this pre-workout. It's awesome, it's smooth, it's euphoric, but it's not like over the top, like bottle rocket to the sky, so buzzing you can't even see straight kind of feeling. It's just, this is the better version of M2 to me. Like, this is what M2 wanted to be in the remake. Without, like, you know, M2 does have Alpha Yo, but I didn't even feel the damn Alpha Yo in the new one. And anyway, so let's get straight into, I'm jumping ahead to the effects. Let's get into this label real fast. And the label is the exact same, except for the absorption matrix at the bottom, changed up a little bit. And so vitamin B3 at the top, 2 milligrams. Sodium is pink Himalayan salt, 500 milligrams. Citrulline malate, that's 10 grams of that, so 2 to 1. So if we have a 2 to 1 ratio, love to see 10 grams. Beta alanine 3.2, glycerol powder 3 grams. That's going to help with give you those juicy pumps. I call them those leg day pumps. Great amount there at 3 grams. Agmatine sulfate at 1 gram. I would call it the three-headed pump monster right there. Mentioned that in other reviews. The glycerol, agmatine, citrulline combo. And then Araya at 200 milligrams. Caffeine anhydrase 200. 2-amino 200, can extract at 200 milligrams, organic lion mane extract at 200 milligrams, and then ephedrine at decaffeine malate at 100 milligrams. That's going to be your long-lasting caffeine. Going to, you know, come in a little bit later when that 2-amino hits. Estrogen for absorption 50 milligrams, and BioPure 5 milligrams. So, label breakdown. My key highlights here is absolutely juicy pumps. And then euphoria with not over-the-top caffeine. Overall caffeine ends up being, you know, after you take the yield, it's 300 on label with the anhydrous at 200 and then the malate at 100, but ends up yielding, you know, mid 200s after you break in that yield. And so I'll tell you what you kind of can do with this. You either can take a nice juicy snow cone scoop and get a heck of a buzz with a low caffeine level still. You can even stack this dang thing if you had a pill that has, like, you know, some sort of euphoric addition with, you know, 100 milligrams of caffeine. or something like that. You could it just makes it versatile. But honestly, it's best just taken by itself in a nice juicy rounded scoop is what I think with this one. Okay, and it's a complete pump package along with an amazing stem package, and it's a fun one because I know some of you guys, a lot of you guys out there, you want to play Mad Scientist with these pre's, and I don't condone. I don't. Like, you know, some people like to be like put shame on people that want to get crazy with the Mad Scientist pre's and mix things. It's like, yeah, you want to do that because you want to have a new experience. Not everyone reviews pre's and has a new one on hand to review each week. So like, how do we make something new? We get a little creative. We do some mixes. So more power to you. And anyway, this is one of those ones that's fun to have on hand because it's with the low caffeine level. It makes it one of these easy choices to mix around and, you know, stack some pump shots on that have a little caffeine. Or you know, like the pump sauce, I got one they have called hot sauce. It's got like one shot of it's 125 caffeine. Really excited to try maybe stacking that one on top of this one. But anyway, effects time. This one comes in, the caffeine kicks in within the 15 to 20, just like you'd expect. And then that 2 amino and the araya and then the caffeine malate all kind of brew up and start peaking around the 30 to 40 minutes. It's an amazing buzz. It's not over the top energy wise. It's just enough euphoria that you feel damn good. This is what I like for leg day. This is my like ultimate leg day product with that glycerol powder, the agmatine, the citrulline. It kind of makes for like a fuller pump, not the vascular style pump. I mean, it's well rounded though. I'm not saying you couldn't like use it for any other days, but the reason I choose the leg day on this one is because I like smooth euphoric rides that aren't over the top. Sometimes when I like to do higher reps when it comes to legs, and I don't want to feel like physically exhausted just from the damn pre itself, because you know the higher reps are going to get the heart rate pumping enough as it is, so I always kind of avoid Alpha Yo slappers for those. And this is the absolute perfect pre. Obviously I didn't mention Alpha Yo, so this is going to be a smooth ride the whole entire time. And so that 45-minute mark, it's going to really peak. You're going to be feeling damn good. You're going to be, you know, happy, but not over the top, like, you know, higher than a kite kind of happiness. It's going to be a controlled happiness. You're going to be happy, but at the same time, it's a performance happiness is what I'd like to say. Like you still feel like you're playing, like you're lifting, and you could actually like perform a sport activity on this damn thing. Like it's just one of these ones that is can't miss. It's a no drama. You got shit going on in your life. You got things you got to do after the gym. This is one of these ones that you can take and be certain that you're going to get a euphoric experience with no negative backlash whatsoever. So, you know, all around, like there's so many ways you can look at this one and for how like this is a versatile product and how this can be used in your lineup and how this can be used in different life situations. And they killed it again. That's all I got to say on this one. If you like this one, you can pick it up off their, I'll put the link below. They've had to change their name a few times. I believe it's illicitprees.com, or I can't remember the exact name, but I'll put it below and they'll have a code GYMDAD to use for that one. But scoring wise breakdown for this one. Forgot about that. Euphoria, you know, it's a really solid source 2 amino, good buzz with low caffeine, so you really get a feel the star players come into play. So I'm going to give this thing full green bars, all the way to the max green you can get. Pumps, we're going to go max greens you can get 2. Raw energy, we're going to give this thing 8 out of 10. You know, lower level caffeine, but we kind of like that. So we got to, you know, it's 8 out of 10, but we need those kind of players in our lineup. A tunnel vision focus, it's there. You know, the 2 amino is going to get you that tunnel vision focus, but it's nothing over the top, nothing insane. Like I said, that's the tunnel vision focus score is tough because it's all relative to some of those sticky label pre's we reviewed, such as like Smash AMF, Firestorm, etc. All those ones from highstempreworkouts.com. So I'll give this thing a 8 out of 10 on that as well. And then, you know, that wraps it up for scoring. So it's a very, in flavor, 10 out of 10. Just drilled it on the flavor. Absolutely amazing. So that wraps up the scoring. That wraps up this review. Catch me on the next one. Like, subscribe. Well, I'm GYMDAD Fitness. Well, I'm out of here.